Hello, and yes, you are back with a skipper. And no, I'm back at the ranch. I am not on the boat any longer. I want to thank all of you who gave me all the well wishings. It's a busy work week for me. No, I do not own the yacht. Yes, I still work for a living, and I work quite a bit on a bunch of different projects, not just YouTube. Today, as you saw in the title, is probably my favorite subject of all of crypto. Does XRP, in your opinion, my opinion, this video is going to kind of go towards the end. I'm going to explain why this video came to be. So stick around at the end, obviously. But I want you guys to understand the difference between, say, the top 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 coins. And that's kind of what this is about. We all know about Bitcoin. I like Bitcoin. In fact, I love Bitcoin. I think Bitcoin offers the opportunity of a lifetime for savings, for digital gold, all those cliches that Bitcoin has. If you don't like Bitcoin, good for you. That's fine. Put down below. I know Satoshi didn't create it. I know all the rumors. This video is really about XRP, but I wanted to really go through the list and explain why they're all so different and why you think that you need to compete if you own XRP or you own XLM with XRP, and you have to compete with Bitcoin, you have to compete with it. You don't have to do any of that. And the reason being is they are all different products. And I'm going to make an analogy in a sense that may or may not help you. Or you might just think it's complete rubbish and, click on a different channel, which, who could blame a guy for doing that? Or gals out there, ladies. Bitcoin is digital gold. Let's just do that. Ethereum already is what I would call old technology. I know I'm going to hear about that. But it's technology that has been created and people built on top of. Sort of, HTTP, that kind of, and it's the next evolution, and, Web3 is being built upon it. I get it. It's got a lot of fundamentals. It's got a lot of great things. I personally don't own much of it, but that's a personal decision for everybody to make on their own. Then, in my opinion, there is Solana. I'm not actually a huge Solana fan. I'm more of a Cardano fan than I am a Solana fan. That doesn't mean that I don't think people are going to get really wealthy owning Solana. I think it's going to be a coin that's going to do amazing things. It's speed, it's technology, but if you look at what's being built on it, it's meme coins. It's meme coinville, and I know there's billions, tens of billions, or in the future, hundreds of billions of dollars to be made on a meme coin platform, and I get that. So I like Solana for a lot of different reasons. There's another reason why I kind of like Solana. Again, full disclosure, I don't know any Solana, okay? Kind of wish I had over the last year, but whatever. Can't get them all right. You know what I'm saying here? So, sorry, I got a cold thing going on. It's not a cold, it's just all of a sudden I went into the air conditioning. I got whatever. Anyway, let's get back to it. So, after those 3 at the top of the leaderboard, if you're a golfer, I would call the next one down XRP. The reason why I put XRP in such high praise is because if the banking institutions retain power or retain the system, and they keep liquidity and they keep the movement of assets. Now I'm talking about, to most of you, it's over my head too, most of it. Monetary wealth is not created with the new mousetrap. It's not. I know you've been told that, Elon didn't have anything and now he's the wealthiest man. Or, Bill Gates didn't have anything and in the 90s he created, Microsoft. He became the wealthiest man. That's one way to do it. But he got rich. He didn't create millions of people getting rich. You see what I'm saying? So That's not how generational wealth is built. Generational wealth is built by the people who invested into Microsoft, who bought Facebook, who bought, Tesla, who bought all of these projects. Amazon comes to mind, when they were young, when they were early days. Jeff Bezos never sold any Amazon stock. We talk about that a lot. Okay. Now, you've found yourself in the new era. We're talking about these, let's go with these 4 or 5 coins now, the ones I just mentioned, right? So let's just call them top down. Let's call, Bitcoin is Amazon, whatever. Ethereum would be Microsoft. You get the point. Apple, would be Solana maybe, or something like that. It's an analogy, guys. You know what I mean? There's no hidden meaning in any of that stuff. I'm just sort of telling you what was 90s, 2000s, and what I'm talking about, or what's in my vision, my vision, is the future of the top 5 or 10 coins going forward and what they're going to be like. And it's going to be, I remember when I bought Amazon at such and such. I remember when Facebook finally went public and I bought that. I remember when Microsoft was 10 cents. You're going to say one day in your lifetime, I remember when XRP went up to $3 and it went down to 40 cents and everybody panicked and was jumping out windows, and then we ended up getting stinking rich and riding off in the sunset. Why I believe mostly of the coins in which I've mentioned so far today, as far as technology and innovation goes forward, is this. The one that's the most like legacy, in my opinion, is legacy banking. And legacy banking is adopting around the world, not necessarily so much in the US, although a little birdie called me and told me there was a really cool thing coming out, and I think he's going to do a video tomorrow or the next day about it, but he has a pretty good sized channel, and he told me that some guy whose initials are Brad Garlinghouse was talking with the Fed, but anyway, that's a whole nother thing. But again, that's a rumor. I don't know. It was another guy who has a YouTube channel was talking about it. I don't know whether it's factual. Maybe you guys have already read it. By the time this video comes out, you've probably already seen it somewhere. I don't know why he would be in there talking with those people if he wasn't thinking about doing something either with XRPL, or whether he's going to do something with the 900 employees in Ripple, or whether he's going to do something with, let's just say, I don't know, real USD. Any of those things kind of rings a bell for me. Or if he's just teaching them how they're going to connect into global markets. In other words, how are you going to exchange currencies from just like the SWIFT system currently does, and you're going to be able to switch that into whatever country you want to do it in. Only they're probably going to not eliminate every country. They're probably going to add some countries in which they had, let's just say Russia comes to mind, that they've gotten out of Swiss in the last few years. That's not where this video is going. Although that's kind of a cool tidbit, I have no confirmation of any of that. I don't know. You guys probably know more about it than I do at this point. I am researching. What I'm talking about is money. Money is what you believe it is. Money can be, as we know, tulips or shells or trinkets or beads or whatever, what have you. We need a new money. Because one of my favorite analogies is if you hold gold in your hand, you know what money is. If you hear gold hit the table, okay, did any of you know where the term sound money even comes from? It comes from the sound that silver, in particular, they named it after silver at the time. Let's remember, 29 different languages refer to the word silver as money, okay? That when you hear silver or gold hit the table, you can tell when it's pure, when it's real. That's how the term sound money came along. What I mean by precious metals obviously makes a lot of sense, but what I'm talking now is the digital top few coins in the new crypto era, if you will, which was the old 90s and early 2000s. What the analogy is about is when I'm talking about where money is headed. Well, if you're going to call, just bear with me, you're going to call Bitcoin gold, digital gold. And by the way, I think it is digital gold, and here's one little tidbit for you. As a trader, and many of you trade, or many of you become traders, or maybe you don't even realize that you are a trader because you're in and out of these currencies so often. You are actually a trader if you are. They, over the years, one of the things that you'll know is if you're, let's say you're buying wheat contracts. Are you buying any coin, or in today's era, any crypto? If you're buying XRP, you're buying XRP. This is a fun one for your friends at the picnic. If you're buying XRP, that means you're long XRP. If you were not buying XRP and you're holding your money in the bank, you're long the dollar. Okay? So, the finest trade, probably in the history of man over the last 15 years, has been long Bitcoin. That's been the best trade, period. It's been better than gold. It's been better than anything. It's over the last 15 years, it's even better than NVIDIA. Now, I know NVIDIA the last 5 years has beat it. But what I'm saying is it's gone up tens of millions of times, multiples. Okay. What I'm talking about is if you're trading, and you find yourself to be an investor or a trader, and you don't own XRP, you're betting against it. You're betting that the US dollar is going to be more valuable a year from now than an XRP coin. And you might be wrong on that bet. You might be very wrong about that bet. So I really want you guys to switch off the old, oh, I'm a crypto hodler because of this, because I believe in the project, because I believe in the people behind it. Yeah, all of that in particular, when it comes to XRP, is probably the most valuable coin that I've been able to research and find. It's communication, it's 67 nations that it's, or 67 banking institutions, it's nations that it's already signed contracts with, all up and down the board. Its interactions with its XRPL is going to one day dominate global trade in monetary levels. What it's going to trade is still in question. In other words, what I'm trying to say is it just simply going to be the SWIFT system, or is it going to be the dollars riding on the SWIFT system? See what I'm saying? So at this point, we happen to really know that Bitcoin has become the dollars that ride even on the Lightning Network, but it's going to ride on XRPL as well, right? I mean, we already know that. That's already going to be traded from place to place. Is it possible that in the future? Clearly it's not now, because we're only doing whatever it is, 70 million in volume or whatever it is, when they're doing trillions in Bitcoin. So currently it's not the currency of the internet. It is a top 5, we'll give it that, and it's moving on up, and it's working with so many nations and banking institutions. This is what I love about the coin. This video is really for people that don't quite understand why Alan seems such like a common sense guy. Why does he keep talking about XRP? Well, I keep talking about it because every time I open a book or a page or a new email or something else, it's got some reason why I should buy XRP in it. And it's very difficult for me to explain it to people in other terms. So in my old days backlog of being part of the dot-com bubble, watching Microsoft, watching Google come from nothing. I invested in Google when it was nothing, and like a monkey, I sold it like so early. I made 5 times my money and sold it. It was my cousin whose father worked for, my brother-in-law, not my cousin, my nephew. My brother-in-law actually holds like 20 some odd patents with Hewlett-Packard. Yeah, so he would know all about. And wow, these Google guys are coming along, and wow, Al, you should buy some of that. And I was too busy partying and having fun and doing other things that you do in your life. Anyway, let's get back on track here, can we? Start talking about going out and making bad deals. I'm not making those mistakes anymore. I see the old dot-com bubble. I see the internet bubble. I see the telecommunication bubble. And now I look at the crypto bubble. And now the crypto bubble is it's not even a bubble, guys. We're not even, nobody's in. You and I are in. Nobody's in this thing. We're just now getting legislated. We're just now getting people in politics. The word just makes me want to cringe. Politics. Is this year over yet? Wow. I had a really clever idea. I was listening to this guy the other day, and he mentioned something. I went a little further in my head about it. Now that's for another video. But I'll give you the punchline. Wouldn't it be great if we didn't have Democrats and Republicans? Wouldn't that be, just think of it was just all the people, and we could just focus on what we wanted. Not what the other guy's doing wrong. You know? I mean, what a clean concept that would be. Anyway, like I said, that's for a different video. Now, I'm going to get to what I said in the beginning about where I'm going with why I believe in XRP. See, banking institutions have fought us since day one. However, banking institutions always knew that one day they were going to have to deal with it. They're going to have to deal with crypto. You know, they went over to Davos and had the big meetings and we got to figure out what we're going to do. Oh boy, we better figure it out. Yeah. So, you know, they buzz around their jets, slapping each other on the back and telling them how great they are. Meanwhile, this technology is eating away at the foundation in which they've caused great deal of financial gain for themselves, but they've also a lot of turmoil and hardship for many people around the world. Well, now crypto's coming to roost. Now, this is a bit of a negative side towards the end of this video about XRP. I hope and I wish that everything I read and saw wasn't leading me to what I'm about to say, but it is. The people that like banking power appreciate that coin. I know, they fought it and they've acted like we really don't like that coin that much. But if you look around, there's no other coin. There is no other institution. There's no institution that has their act together enough to launch a coin, to create the network, the protocols that required for a global banking system to operate on. There's nobody else. Like, there is no second place. That's a fact. There's no second. Okay, Lightning Network. Do you guys honestly think that banking institutions, billionaires, are going to allow that guy to run their banking institution? And do you think Jack Mallers going to want to deal with those guys? I know who his dad is. I know who his grandfather is. I know. I get it. But his dad got Bitcoin before he did. That's a fact. And his dad got out of the banking business right when he found out about Bitcoin. My point is, central banks don't like Bitcoin. Oh yeah, they're telling all their banker friends to buy Bitcoin, to put 2% to 5% on your books because you're going to want to have that because it is going to lock up as an asset. They don't like it because they want to create digital gold out of it. They want it to be digital gold because if it's not currency, global currency, in other words, these digits in which they create out of thin air, you can't do that with Bitcoin. There's an accountability with that. The 21 million has really got them hung up, and they don't want any part of that. They like the number 100 billion XRP coins a lot better. There's a lot more manipulation there. And let's not forget about the 45 to 50 billion in escrow that they get to play with if they can get their hands on them. And let's also look at the fact that XRP is a whole lot less. I know it's decentralized. I know. You don't have to put that down below. Go ahead. It makes you feel better. I know it's decentralized, but it's a whole lot less decentralized than Bitcoin is. Unless you believe, I know NSA's got their hands all over it. If NSA's got their hands all over it, would somebody explain to me why Germany is selling it on the US market? That one just still baffles me. Why is Germany not selling their Bitcoins on German markets? Why are they selling Bitcoin on American markets? Why are they paying a commission when they wouldn't have to in their own backyard? Sounds to me like they're trying to crush the number. They're trying to make the number to go down because they're trying to show it on a retail market. It's not an over-counter market. There's a lot of things they don't like about Bitcoin. There's a lot of things they don't like about XRP. And those are two reasons why they are two of my very favorite coins. Now, let's go back to what I mentioned in the very beginning of this video. You and I have the opportunity of a lifetime because, in my opinion only, and obviously yours if you're watching this show, you think that the future of the FANG stocks, like I mentioned, the great, whatever, top 5 coins or top 5 companies, the Microsofts and your Teslas and all these, NVIDIAs, the future, if only one of those 5 in the next decade happens to be an XRP or an XLM on it, of the top 5, you don't care to be number 1. You don't need to be number 1. I just named 5 or 6 massive corporations, and everybody who was involved with any of that, well, they did quite well. Be happy with being in the top 5. Also, if the banking institutions, the way they're currently structured and the way they currently operate, global liquidity, the way they operate bank to bank, the way they have people come in on hands and knees begging for corporate loans or car loans or home loans and all the rest of it, if that banking institution survives, the dollar denomination of all of those transactions that I just talked to you about, raising money or creating capital to create a corporation in the dollar amount of billions, tens of billions, hundreds of billions, tens of billions in real estate, corporate real estate, multi-family real estate, cars all around the world will have to be denominated, a great deal of it, in XRP denominations. If I'm correct, if they are backing a new banking system upon it, and I'd have to say, being one of the top 5 coins, you have at least a 1 in 20 chance. So for 2 or for $1, currently right now 43 cents as I make this video, I think you understand now why. I'm doing this video for one particular individual. You know who you are out there. Now you understand why I believe so passionately about that project. It's because of the leadership of it. It's because of the doors they've opened. It's because of the 900 employees in a tech-savvy Silicon Valley where it began. It's because of they have the coins, they have the liquidity, they have the networks, they have 67 banking institutions, they have nations, they have people who have worked for the federal government, and they have CEOs who are willing to go knock on the Federal Reserve's door. All of that put together tells me I don't know another coin even similar, not even similar, if the banking institutions survive in the manner even resembling 5 to 10 years from now what they are today. If the whole thing goes kaplooey tomorrow and all banking goes to Stone Age, well, all bets are off. Then I think you might be better off having digital gold, Bitcoin, or, maybe one of the other ones, or gold in particular. Okay, guys, hope you guys got something from that. I really didn't mean to babble on, but it's a point I've been trying to put together, an analogy of where we were 10 years ago, where we're going 10 years from now, and how we're going to get there, and what your best bets are, some of your best bets in the top 5 coins. All right, guys, love you very much, and I will be back.